Steve and I had basically built a life for her. And within hours, it was gone. My name is Kristin McQuaid, and I am a choreographer and film director from Los Angeles, California. I currently live in Oklahoma with my husband, who is a cardiologist, and I never thought for the life of me I would be sitting here making this interview. So it was finally time to grow our family. We thought easy. We see everybody else having all these kids and, you know. So I went to the doctor and, I said, we just can't seem to get pregnant. They said, just keep trying. This is just normal. A couple years later, I started to experience really drastic cramping to the point where it was unbearable. I was told I had stage 4 endometriosis. We were reading all about pregnancy and we were getting all the books and we were doing everything. And I went for my first appointment at 7 weeks. And I said, okay, do we get to listen to the heartbeat today? And she said, well, I don't see one today. Kristin, you're miscarrying. I go back to the doctor, and he says, Kristin, I know this is not what you want to hear, but you're going to have a hysterectomy. It was like my soul was ripped out of me, my mom soul. We learned about surrogacy. I felt, wait, this is my chance to feel like I'm a mom, but within someone else's body. We hit it off right away. She's a hairdresser, and she's funky, and she's cool, and her husband, Brandon, and her 2 kids are amazing. She calls and she says, do you want to know? So she sends me the positive pregnancy test. The most magical sound ever. So then the months felt like years. Every week on Wednesday, my husband and I would read the What to Expect When You're Expecting. It was my favorite day of the week. I would talk to Camilla almost every day. And she was so fantastic in telling me, I felt, this kick today, or she's really in my ribs today, or, she kept me up all night. And, and I just said, it's going to be worth it. It is going to be worth it. It is a wonderland of babiness in the house. Every room is set up. I have rocking chairs, and this room has the swing, and her nursery. Actually, Target commented on her nursery and said, this is fantastic. We were so ready. So we were listening to all these podcasts, and we were just getting so excited, and my parents were flying in. I had ordered, the cheesy mom, dad, grandma, grandpa shirts. We went to Camilla's mom's house for dinner, and we were all celebrating. We had reached it, 39 weeks. Camilla had sent me a video of her home Doppler. London's heartbeat was nice and strong. I listened to it and just thought, great, this is fantastic. I'm gonna get to hear that heartbeat tomorrow. So I set my alarm. We have to be there at 5 in the morning. I immediately wake up at 4 o'clock and I text Camilla, have they hooked London up to the heart monitor yet? Why I asked that, I have no idea. I have never once in the 9 months asked what her heart rate is, but there was something that it was like an out-of-body experience that was like leading me to ask this question. I don't get any text from Camilla yet. And I text her, we're leaving the hotel. So I get there and I'm like, we're here. We're so excited. I walk up to the hospital and I remember taking a picture of the front entrance of the hospital. And I had like this sick feeling. So I turned to Steve and I said, text Brandon. And Steve looks at me because he's a doctor, you know. He's like, Kristin, the doctors are busy. Let them do their work. I looked at him with eyes I have never looked at him with. And I said, text Brandon. The doctor and 2 other nurses come in, and she shakes her head. She says, it's not good. She doesn't have a heartbeat. I was silent. I didn't know what emotion to show. Steve, on the other hand, was screaming, crying, falling on the floor. He said, you just saw her last week. We just heard her heartbeat yesterday. She said, I know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what happened. Her pregnancy was textbook. There was never an issue, ever. It was always in, out, perfect, nothing wrong. So there was no reason for me to say, like, you know, have you checked her heartbeat? Have you checked this? She did say that she slowed down the last couple of days. I don't know if that's normal or not. I've never been a mom, and I'm not a gynecologist. My immediate thought was, I want to go home. I'm leaving. We're leaving. Get all of our stuff. We're leaving. Steve said, you can't leave Camilla here. And then I remembered she still had to go through with the C-section. I had passed out on the floor, and we were still in that room. And I said to Steve, I'm fine. Go check on Camilla. It wasn't her fault. But she still had to be that brave soul, not only carrying our child, but then going through a C-section knowing that she's not alive. And I walk out. It was almost an embarrassing feeling. Everyone was so excited. What did I do wrong? I didn't have any answers. She said it was the most gut-wrenching experience. All you could hear are just people crying. And the doctor didn't say anything to Camilla, she said. She took her scrubs off and just threw them down. And then came a part that I wasn't ready for. A nurse came over and said, "Kristin, we have your baby all dressed and ready for you. She's so perfect and she's so beautiful. Do you want to come see her?" I wasn't even processing that was a thing. I had no idea. Then I said, I can't do it. I can't do it. I had social worker after social worker coming up to me saying, "If you don't do this, you will regret it for the rest of your life." But I kept hearing and whispering in my ear, "Kristin, stand up and go see her." They opened up the door, and there must have been 10 people in the room, all admiring how beautiful she was. And as soon as the door opened, everyone moved like this. And I saw her. And I stopped crying. I was so happy. All I remember is looking at her and smiling. And thinking, that's my baby girl. And I told her I was sorry. She was so perfect. It was though I was just waiting for her to breathe. She was pink and her lips were so pink and she was so warm. And she just has these cute little lips and her squishy nose. And she was just laying there and looked. And she looked so peaceful. And I didn't even know what I was supposed to do. And the doctor, I remember hearing her say, "You can pick her up." I said, "I can?" It was the best feeling in the world. And the hardest part where there were no answers. "Sometimes this happens," they said. But I think, what if? What if when Camilla told me she was starting to slow down, I would have known to send her to the doctor? What if I would have done extra testing? What if I would have... And this is the moment where I found my purpose in life. I think God put me on this earth to be funny and make people laugh and entertain. But that's not my purpose. And I could feel that she was like, Mom, tell my story. Stop this so that this doesn't happen to other babies. I think it could have been stopped. Had I had proper education, this would have been her. And so I'm ready to be a voice. I'm ready to be the person that's going to make change. She is London Quinn Dixon. And she is the best thing that has ever happened to Steve and I. And this is just the beginning. And I have a loud voice. And I'm ready. London is the reason. She is the reason I am sitting here. She is the reason that so many lives are going to be changed. London is just like her mom. She doesn't take no for an answer. And her presence is so huge, and it will live on forever. And I couldn't be more proud. I could not be more proud to be her mom.